Before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today we're going to go into article I just came across that speaks about the PPP forgiveness process being much easier for even larger loans. I did a video earlier about PPP being easier, much easier, like a streamlined process for the smaller loans of $100,000 or less. But now we're going to go into the larger loans. I know many people that have been watching my videos and on this channel, you don't have any larger loans. We're talking about up to like $2 million and things like that. But it's just indication that if the loans are being forgiven much easier for the larger loans, imagine how simple it's going to be for the smaller loans. We're going to get into this article. It says SBA's PPP forgiveness process is about to get much easier for larger loans. And this was on June 25th. It says that the Small Business Administration has told the Associated General Contractors of America that it intends to withdraw the use of a controversial Paycheck Protection Program loan questionnaire that critics say has slowed the forgiveness process. The loan necessity questionnaire that was rolled out in November focused on the good faith certification that businesses had to make when applying for a PPP loan of $2 million or more. But it asked for significant documentation about how businesses subsequently did after receiving the loan, among other things. The agency ultimately sued the SBA, saying the questionnaire was developed in secret and without public input. After weeks of negotiation, the SBA has told the organization it intends to withdraw the use of the questionnaire pending an interagency process, and the organization has already seen many of the larger loans held by its members forgiven, so according to agency General Counsel Michael Kennedy. The organization had nearly 500 members with loans larger than $2 million, and up until recently, only around 24 had gotten through the forgiveness process. That number has increased in recent weeks. Now, of course, that's all they have on this article. I mean, you had to go here, and I already know with the Biz Journal, you have to pay a fee and all that good stuff to see the rest of the article, but they give you kind of a gist of what's going on. So basically, they had a form you had to fill out, like a little questionnaire. And I guess it asked a lot of questions that really had nothing to do, or maybe probed a little more, which that's usually what the government does. They probe and probe and probe and try to see what's going on. And again, to me, if you got $2 million, I do kind of want to know what you did with this money, because I just gave you $2 million. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just me. And if they say you have to use it a certain way, I want to make sure that you use that money a certain way. $2 million, that's a lot of money. And they've been sending people to jail. So apparently, there are a lot of people who've been using this money the way they haven't supposed to use it. And for them to sue and actually win, I mean, hey, there must be something going on with this organization, you know? So, and I mean something going on in a way that they got that much pull to sue and win when the government just gave you all this money. The government gave you all of this money, and you're telling them that they can't ask these type of questions, even though I guess they said they did do it behind people's back, and the government do that a lot. I mean, they have a lot of stuff going on that we have no idea what's happening, especially in our community. And then we turn around and say, wow, what the heck was that? But we rarely do anything about it. But these people, they say, not about to make up this stuff behind our back. And I guess that's a good thing. That lets me know that if the government do something behind your back and you don't appreciate it, you can actually go out and say, nah, we're not having that. Just recently, I heard about Indiana suing the state about the unemployment. You know how they supposed to stop this FPUC, and they actually got the FPUC extended while they're going through the process. So that lets me know that, hey, y'all can actually get together and sue the states that end the FPUC and make them do something about it. But that's a whole nother video for some other time. I might do that video next. But anyway, so that's what's going on with the PPP forgiveness. They're saying that they're making it much easier for larger loans. Let's go into the SBA website. Okay, here it is, SBA PPP loan forgiveness. I'm going to tell you just how it's supposed to go. First draw PPP loan forgiveness term is all it says you have to do. First draw PPP loans made to eligible borrowers qualify for full loan forgiveness if during the 8 to 24 week covered period following loan disbursement, employee and compensation levels are maintained. The loan proceeds are spent on payroll costs and other eligible expenses, and at least 60% of the proceeds are spent on payroll costs. Now, speaking of suing, some lawsuits going on about the EIDL targeted granting as well. So again, people are suing this organization and states for things that they feel are not fair. So that means you can do that and there'll be no problems. Well, I won't say there won't be any problems, but you can get some things done. You can't complain and and call the Congress, call your state's representative and send in letters, and that's why I always talk about that petition for the PPP. Go ahead and go to Womply and sign that PPP petition to get more PPP funding. Okay. Second draw PPP loan forgiveness terms. Second draw PPP loans made to eligible borrowers qualify for full loan forgiveness if during the 8 to 24 week covered period following loan disbursement, employee and compensation levels are maintained in the same manner as required for the first draw. The loan proceeds are spent on payroll costs and other eligible expenses, and at least 60% of the proceeds are spent on payroll costs. What is not on the second draw forgiveness terms is you also have to have a 25% loss in income between 2019 and 2020. So in 2020, you have to have a 25% loss compared to 2019. So that's also in the second draw terms. Okay, and it tells you how and when to apply for loan forgiveness. A borrower can apply for forgiveness once all loan proceeds for which the borrower is requesting forgiveness have been used. Borrowers can apply for forgiveness anytime up to the maturity date of the loan. If borrowers do not apply for forgiveness within 10 months after the last day of the covered period, then PPP loan payments are no longer deferred, and borrowers will begin making loan payments to their PPP lender. To apply for loan forgiveness, contact your PPP lender and complete the correct form. Your lender can provide you with either the SBA Form 3508, SBA Form 3508EZ, SBA Form 3508S, or a lender equivalent. The 3508EZ and the 3508S are shortened versions of the application for borrowers who meet the specific requirements. Your lender can provide further guidance on how to submit the application. So again, you have to wait for your lender. That would be either the lenders from Womply if you use Womply, or Womply themselves, even though Womply did send out a letter saying, or an email saying that they will let you know when it's time for forgiveness. So they'll send you the forms and everything. So there's nothing really to worry about. And again, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if your loan is under $25,000, I mean, we're really under $100,000, but we know we haven't been getting loans over $20,000. So if you got these loans under $20,000, you're good. You're going to have a streamlined forgiveness process. From what I understand, from what I understand. But I haven't seen it yet. But what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing around it, it's a lot easier. And again, if they made it that much easier for $2 million, imagine how much simpler it's going to be for anything $20,000 or less. So I hope this video was informative for you. Again, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to It's Wacy. Check out the links in the description. Like and share the video. And until then, on to the next video. Let's get this money.